only did 4 paintings in the last year, and without a reference, painting the face felt like a struggle. I know what anime girls look like, but that doesn't translate well to real humans. I need to practice, and practice efficiently. Let's set a goal. A goal is going to help me focus on what I need to improve the most. My goal is to improve these things that I struggle the most with: face, painting loosely, painting faster, and realism. With our goal in mind, it's time to find reference photos that will help me move towards completing this goal. I'm mainly looking for portraits with interesting lighting. Pinterest is a great place to look for them. We also need to set a time limit. Without a deadline, I can't get anything done. So I decided to practice studying one photo daily for 30 days. I will post the results to my Instagram every day, so I can't cheat. Now I'm ready to get started. There's a Chinese proverb, the first step is always hard, and oh boy it was. At first I was aiming for finishing it in an hour, but at the hour mark, it just doesn't look good enough for my Instagram, so I thought I'd add a few changes, and it's 4 hours later. I think the two biggest time-wasting mistakes here are constantly adjusting the face because I didn't get it right the first time, and I am biting off more than I can chew by drawing an entire half body. So I learned from my mistakes. The next day I focused on the face, making sure it looked right when I sketched. It only took a bit more than an hour. I like drawing Lisa since she has one of my favorite faces. This is the last time I drew her 2 years ago. Did I get any better? No, because I didn't practice. This is when I noticed that I try to draw eyes bigger than the reference. So I thought, what if I go all in on that? And I did. It was cute. It's also the first time I painted without any line sketch. So I drew huge eyes again. I also played around with warm light, cool shadows on the skin inspired by Ray 17. Do you like it? I really like the result. However, I feel like I'm being distracted from my goal with the big eyes. It doesn't help me understand what real human eyes look like in different situations. I'll draw more realistically for this challenge and work on stylization later. From the previous days, I thought the answer to a good face is correct proportions during line art. No, it wasn't. The line art looked decent, but after I put on colors, it's so bad I have to start again. If line sketch doesn't work, why not skip that and go straight to color? And that worked. I'm inspired by Marco Bucci to add random hints of other colors to the face. I also discovered that flat brushes are great for hair. If this part of the face is shorter, she will look more like the references. With yesterday's success in mind, I started with blobs of colors again. I tried to draw cool light and warm shadows. The proportions were great, but the colors need some work. I mean, yellow hair highlight versus blue skin highlight, yeah, that totally makes sense. I know I said I would draw realistically, but this reference just feels like something that will work with big eyes, alright? This photo already has warm light, cool shadow, so that's pretty convenient. I had to do a line sketch because there are so many parts to this one. I'm finally comfortable enough to do another half body again. It only took an hour and 48 minutes, and it looks better than day one. I got tired of drawing people today, so I practiced coloring by drawing some galaxy bubble tea. There's absolutely nothing suspicious in it at all whatsoever. Time to do a fan art to get some sweet likes. I took this opportunity to draw Yae Miko. My study actually looks better than the reference this time. Fox girls are just way too overpowered. I know abs are not in my goal, but sometimes you just gotta switch things up. This is the first time I drew a very strong light source. I tried to replace dark colors with light saturated color for this one. I think I preferred the dark shadows though. This is better than yesterday, but I think I should stop using light saturated colors instead of dark colors. The painting needs more value contrast. I tried to do another fan art since I got her. Converting anime face to a more realistic one was quite tricky. I really shouldn't erase the lines on her face. Somehow she just looks 20 years older without the lines, and I don't know why. It took 3 hours and 18 minutes because of all the details. Back to color sketch. Drawing from a reference helps me notice the proportion error that I make a lot. Like how my eyes are always stretched too much to the side and the nose is always a bit too far down. I tried the wallop way to rough in a black and white and then apply the colors with curves. It's surprisingly fast. I managed to be happy with it in just an hour and a half, and I thought this speed would be hard to achieve. This reference is in direct sunlight. It's got that spring aesthetic. Perfect for this time of the year. Oh, it's summer already? My video editing is that slow? This and yesterday's study are both half body and only took 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'm definitely drawing faster and faster with better results. There's a lot of proportion issues with this one that I was not able to see because I didn't zoom out far enough. It's that feeling where you know something looks off but can't pinpoint what went wrong. In editing this video, I can see the forehead is too big, eyebrows are too high, nose is too long, the list goes on. So zooming out a lot is quite important. I was struggling so much, I pulled up the reference picture to compare it side by side. I focused more on proportions this time. The black and white plus curves wall-up combo worked like magic. My apologies, somehow the girl went from Asian to Caucasian. I'm totally getting cancelled on Twitter. Oh wait, it's fine. No one follows me on Twitter anyways. The black and white sketch worked yesterday, so I'm doing it again today. I guess I just didn't zoom out enough because the head and neck are a bit too big for the body. The colors in the reference is too boring for me, so I messed with the colors again. It was quite fun. This reference is great when you want to know where all the highlights are on the face. It's so cool how the highlights can tell you where are all the changing planes of the face. This reference is just so satisfying to look at because of those highlights. This photo looks pretty monotone, so it's a good opportunity to use black and white and then curves again. I'm surprised how much form I was able to capture in a thumbnail. Like, damn, I'm so good at this now. Added some random colors as usual. I forgot to flip horizontal, so most of the time her face was crooked. But otherwise, this might be my favorite one so far. She's so cool looking. She has like my favorite eyes ever. This one was more complicated than I thought because of all the layers, but the colors are just drop dead gorgeous. It took a long time, but it was totally worth it. I was kinda emotionally drained from the masterpiece from yesterday, so after driving one sketch down Uncanny Valley, I drew what I'm most comfortable drawing. Random anime girls. I'm trying to draw my OC as a VTuber here, badly. I came back with a half-body study after a day of comfort drawing. The hands look quite natural in the reference but kinda odd in my art. Drawing the beautiful and elegant queen, Audrey Hepburn. Drawing in black and white just feels like easy mode after all the studies with color. I finished this one really fast. This is the first time I'm drawing textured hair, so I was a little worried going in. Surprisingly, it feels easier than straight hair because you don't have to make sure every line goes in the same direction. You can just scribble and it looks absolutely amazing. It was the beginning of May, so I did some mermaid. It was way better than my last year's mermaid attempt, that's for sure. Okay, now it's time to test what I learned. I have this old painting, right? One of the 4 paintings I did in the past year. I'm going to redraw it with the experience I gathered from my 30 days challenge only. No references. It started off great. I used to have no idea how to draw the nose other than a dot or a triangle or a dot and a triangle, but now I can draw a nose-looking nose first try. That mouth though kinda looked like she got a lip injection, so I might or might not look at my own reflection on my phone screen. It's not using a reference, right? I mean, I can barely see myself and I see this reflection every day anyways. Yeah, it's definitely not a reference. So moving on, the next thing I'm trying to fix are the eyes. I made them more realistic and they immediately hit Alita Battle Angel level of Uncanny Valley for me. They are too big for comfort. Shrinked it? Now that's a lot better. I reduced saturation of everywhere else and enhanced saturation of the face. It looks just surprisingly fantastic. This is the best nose I have ever drawn in my life, by the way. I just can't stop staring at it like, wow. I drew that. The eyes look uneven. Can you spot why? For some reason, I just can't see why for an hour straight. I keep flipping the canvas and liquefying, but I just don't see what's wrong. Yes, it's because one has a lower eyeliner and the other one doesn't. Now the eyes look even. Even though I didn't practice drawing breasts in these 30 days, I've been on Twitter and I've seen a lot. So I have a pretty good idea what it should look like now. I lowered the contrast, made the shadow the same color as the shadow of the face, and used liquify to make the shape look more natural. Some minor details later. And we're done! I'm so happy with my improvements. I feel like I really understood the 3D structure of the face pretty well now. I will definitely recommend this exercise to anyone. And I hope this video inspires y'all to go practice. Check out this video if you want to see how I drew the old painting by following Sakimi-chan's speed paint. And these times I studied other artists' speed paints. Bye!